Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Dandavad Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Dandavad Hare Krishna. So I can share the screen now.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavad
Hare Krishna. Dandavad Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So we can start now. Oh, why here suddenly? Can I start from here? Om Ajnanatimidandhasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yatkirpatadam Bande Shri Gurum Dintaranam Paramananda Madham Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gaurvani Pacharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasharta Deshatarine जय श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 नाम संकीर्तन की जय हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय हरे कृष्णा
Hare Krishna.
64 items of sadhana bhakti. That's what we are going through. And in last class, we went through 20 items. First 10 items that we must do. And then last 10 item out of 20 is the item that we must avoid. And out of this first 10 items, 3 items are most important. So the first one is Guru Padasraya, taking shelter of the Guru. And then the second one is once we have taken the shelter, then getting initiation and asking right questions. And then third one is Guru Seva. So all these three related to Guru Seva. So Guru and shelter of Guru and serving Guru are three most important anga of the bhakti. So today we are going to complete the next 44 angas of bhakti. And we'll just quickly read through it. And as we are reading, if anybody has any question, you can ask. So Bimala Mataji, can you start reading?
Yes, Prabhuji. For marking the body with the Vaishnava symbols, marking the body with the syllables of the Lord's name, wearing the garlands, flowers, and sandalwood offered to the deity, dancing before the deity, offering respects on the ground.
So offering respect on the ground, as soon as we do that, right? We mark our body with tilak at 24 places, right? Wearing the garlands and flowers that are offered to deity. And here we say chant, 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 and dance, dance, dance. So dancing before the deity is anga of bhakti. Okay, so that is very important. Many matajis, when we do kirtan, they dance. So your dancing is basically bhakti. See here? Okay, continue Mataji. Yes, dancing is bhakti.
Rising
Okay.
up to see the Lord, following behind the Lord's procession, going to the Lord's residence, circumambulating the Lord or his Dhamma, performing archana, performing menial service to the deity, singing for the deity, singing in a group, performing japa, offering words or sentiments.
Okay, so here, kirtan that we do in front of deity, that is bhakti. So you should know that. Okay. Performing menial service to the deity is bhakti. So if you are in the temple and you see that one of the yachaman plate or any small plate there is dirty, and if you look at it, and if inspiration comes that, okay, let me take this plate, wash it, clean it, and put it back, that's bhakti. Kirtan that we do, Sankirtana, in association of devotee, that's bhakti. Chanting for sure, chanting name of Krishna is bhakti. And then sometimes when we offer our prayers with some sentiments, my dear Lord, please help me, my dear Lord, please guide me, please remove all of the contaminations that I have. Those are all bhakti. Okay, continue, Mataji.
Reciting prayers, tasting food offered to the Lord, tasting the food water of the Lord, smelling the incense and flowers offered to the Lord, touching the deity, seeing the deity, seeing the aratika and festivals, hearing the name, form, qualities, and pastimes of the Lord, accepting the mercy of the Lord, remembrance of the Lord.
Yes. So this, everything that more or less we are doing now, or we do as a devotee, is anga bhakti. Okay, seeing the deity when we go to the temple room and we are looking at the deity, that is bhakti. Seeing the artrika and being part of the festival, that is bhakti. Hearing classes where we talk name, form, quality, and pastime of Supreme Lord, that is bhakti. So we can see, you can see here that how many ways we do bhakti. Yes.
Meditating on the Lord, acting as a servant of the Lord, thinking of the Lord as a friend, offering oneself to the Lord, offering the best items to the Lord, making full efforts for the Lord, surrendering to the Lord, serving Tulsi, studying the scriptures, living in Madhura.
You see here, so from here, there are 5 most potent anga of the bhakti is going to be repeated. So serving Tulsi Maharani is bhakti. Okay. And any service that we do in the temple, acting as a servant of the Lord, that is bhakti. So somebody helping with the cooking should know that it's like deity worship. If it's done, so when we are in the deity room, we have some qualifications, right? Make sure you are Brahmin initiated, your body is clean, you have tilak on your forehead, your clothes are clean, and you are in a good mood to enter in the same thing applies to kitchen also. Because if you are cooking in the kitchen in the right attitude, right mood, then you are serving the Lord. Okay, so that's what it is. Then from here, 5 most potent service deities, we have gone through it. So 5 most potent anga of the bhakti will start coming from 39. So be ready to see that. Yes.
Serving the devotees, holding festivals according to one's mean with the devotees, observing Kartika Vrat, observing Janmashtami and other special occasions, having faith and great affection for serving the deity, relishing Bhagavatam in association of devotees, associating with like-minded affectionate superior devotees, Nama Sankirtana, living in the area of Mathura.
Yes. So we had to complete 44 anga. 20 angas we talked last class. And today we just saw the 44 anga of bhakti. So this last 4 and then reside living in the Mathura, 35. These are mukhya anga. So releasing Bhagavatam in association of devotee. Prabhupada advised that we should have Bhagavatam class in the morning and in the evening also. Associating with like-minded devotee, right? Association, book Bhagavatam, chanting, Nama, Sankirtana, living in the area of Mathura, and then deity worship. These are the 5 Mukh Anga of the Bhakti. So with that, we conclude all the 64 Anga. Mataji, can you read?
Without following the above mentioned principles, one cannot advance in sadhana bhakti or devotional service in practice. The last 5 items have been again mentioned to point out their superiority among all angas. The 64 limbs of bhakti include all activities of body, senses, and mind employed in the Lord's service. Now, scriptural evidence will be provided for authenticity.
Yes. So we are now going to, in the next few chapters, which is going to be very quick, we are going to see the Shastric reference from where these Angas are coming. But Bhakti means these 64 Anga, which we just saw. So sadhana bhakti should be done following the Anga of Bhakti. So anybody remember what did we talk when we were talking about sadhana bhakti? What are the 2 principal elements of the sadhana bhakti? Can anybody call it? Recall? Remind what was the 2 principal component that we talked?
Follow
Sadhana bhakti.
rules and regulations.
Huh?
Follow rules and regulations.
No.
Action.
Action using avidya with goal.
Yes. Yeah, action and goal. Yes. Abhidhya. Yes. Action. There should be action. So what type of action we have to do? The action in sadhana bhakti we have to act. So when we are acting, we are using one of this anga. So sometimes people will say, what is the anga of bhakti? Means what comprise bhakti? What is bhakti itself? Okay. So whatever you see here, that's all. If you are doing bhakti. If you are not doing these, then you are not doing bhakti. You are doing something else. Okay. And what is that something else? It might be Gyan Prayas. It might be Karm Prayas. But it's not bhakti. So now, after going through this list, I would like to ask, what do you think? Do you have any question? Are you seeing anything that you thought that is a bhakti and is missing here? Did you see anything that you before thought is a bhakti, but right now it's not here? Oh, Prabhu, I'm very surprised to see that this is not Anga of the Bhakti. I thought it's Anga of the Bhakti. Is there anything? I know there are a few things. Anybody knows? What are those things that normally we think is...
Kartik Vrat is an auspicious month.
Yes.
So
Chaturmas month that we do,
yeah.
That is, also coming under, that's last month of Chaturmas. And there is certain, item that you have to fast, like a spinach and other items. And also in Hari Bhakti Bilas, Sanatana Goswami gives how to do the Kartik Varta, like worshipping Lord Damodar, right?
Yes.
Yes. So worshipping Lord Damodar morning and evening, that is Kartik Varta. Fasting with certain type of food is part of Kartik Varta. If you are Grihastha, then staying away from wife is Kartik Varta. So there are many things that comes under Kartik Varta as advised by Hari Bhakti Vilas. So that's what you were asking, that what is Kartik Varta, Prabhu?
Yeah, and Kartik Vrat
Yeah.
means yes, we observe as a normal ghee offering and as well
Yes.
auspicious activities and
Yes.
singing the special prayer,
Damodar month, you know.
month prayer. Yeah.
Yeah, Damodar month is especially very auspicious for devotee. You know, we chant Damodar Ashtakam also.
Yeah.
Yes, Prabhu. That's right. That is very right. But are you seeing here anything that you thought is the bhakti and it's missing here?
I feel like it is a superset, Prabhu.
Yeah. Yeah. So anything you see here that is missing here? How about Varnashram? Varnashram is bhakti or no bhakti? Following Varnashram is bhakti or no bhakti? According to this list.
No bhakti.
No bhakti. Yes. So Varnashram, sometimes, you know, we are so much pride of being certain Varna and being into certain ashram. But Varna ashram is not bhakti. You should not think that, you know, you have a particular Varna. That means you are performing bhakti. It's not true. What else is not bhakti as per this list? How about taking bath? Is anybody you saw that, you know, taking bath is bhakti? Huh? Taking bath is not bhakti.
Yes.
It helps one be ready. So there is a primary anga and there is secondary anga. Primary angas are the 64 anga. If you are doing this, means you are doing bhakti. Secondary anga of the bhakti, secondary limb of the bhakti may help you to focus more on your main anga or anga of the bhakti. But, you know, taking shower is not considered anga of the bhakti. How about the endeavor that people do to acquire knowledge, gyan endeavor, gyan and vairagya? You know, one thing that you would see, vairagya is normally considered bhakti. I have, you know, I have heard it, you know, I have seen it. People who are very renounced, they think that they are doing bhakti. Is it bhakti or no bhakti? Vimla Mataji, as per this rule?
No.
No bhakti, yes. So, you know, if you are vairagi, you have vairagya, but you have no attachment to Krishna, then that vairagya is sarmevahi kevalam. That vairagya has no meaning. Okay. But even if you have some family attachment, and with that attachment, if you are performing bhakti, you are a bhakta. Sometimes people criticize grihastha. Oh, you know, this person is working. He cannot be a devotee. That's not true. Where it says, you know, so you have to know this to also preach and to understand what you are doing is right or wrong. It never says here. Doing bhakti, wherever you are, is bhakti. All of you have Krishna as your house, getting up in the morning, you know, dressing the deity. My wife is all the time worshipping deity, all the time. She does not get time. I am free to go to temple. She does not. But does she do bhakti or not? She is doing more bhakti than I do, as I know. All the time taking care of deity, cooking, making sure, you know, everything is taken care. That's bhakti. Okay. So sometimes we think that if only a certain thing that we do is bhakti, and somebody who is not doing is not a bhakta. That's not true. So with this definition, you should know that what is bhakti and what is not bhakti. Unnecessary detachment, you know, if there is no attachment for Krishna, is not bhakti. So in sadhana bhakti, as a sadhaka, we are doing these angas of bhakti. We are following these angas of bhakti. Okay, anybody has anything before we get into next class? Next topic.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, just before it is saying getting up to the Lord. Can you go previous slide, Prabhu?
Yeah.
Previous one. Previous one. Side. There is a Anga saying that getting up to the Lord. One more, Prabhu. One more previous. I think previous one. Rising up to see the Lord means.
Yeah,
this is
Mangala Arati in the
talking about-
morning.
Okay, this is talking about Mangalarti. Okay.
Yes. Getting up in the morning and going and having darshan of Lord is Anga of Bhakti. Yes. So getting up in the morning, taking shower, being ready, going to the temple, attending Mangala Arati. That's Bhakti. That's Bhakti. Anything anybody has?
Prabhuji, why some of the limbs are repeated, like
Yeah.
offering oneself to the Lord and surrendering to the Lord? Is there any?
Where is that? Where is that? Some
Like-
the last five anga, this four, and then Diti worship 5. You just saw here. It says that the last 5 items have been again mentioned to point out their superiority among all angas. So in fact, there are 59 angas only. 5 angas have been repeated again to emphasize that those are the principal or superior anga of the bhakti. So
But it is on 35 and 52.
okay, let's do 35.
Serving the
35 is
36, like
36 serving the devotee.
No,
So sir, and yes, Mataji.
surrendering to the Lord and offering oneself to Lord. That's what I.
Okay, so serving the devotee 36, and which one you want to compare, Mataji, or you want me to go back?
I saw somewhere like surrendering to the Lord,
Okay,
like
there
32,
32.
surrendering to Lord and
Yeah,
offering oneself to the Lord.
where is
29.
that?
29.
Yes. So this offering oneself to the Lord is Atma Nivedana.
Balima.
Tugapadekari. Yeah, Balima. Yes, I was going to say that. Yes. So offering oneself to the Lord means Atma Nivedana, means my dear Lord. So surrender to the Lord and offering oneself to the Lord, it sounds very similar, but surrender and Atma Nivedan are two different things. Okay, surrender to the Lord means accepting the superiority of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay, okay. So
Yeah.
you have accepted that Lord is superior. Okay,
Yes.
and you are engaging in devotional service of Supreme Personality of Godhead, thinking that Lord is superior. Okay, but submission is not yet fully up to the fullest extent. So you are not fully surrendered. So we are in the process of surrendering, right?
Yes.
But am I fully surrendered?
No.
Not. So surrender has, Bhakti Vinod Thakur and Chaitanya Charitamrita says that surrender has 6 anga. Anukulasya sankalpya, Pratikulasya Pivarjanam, Gopatritve, thinking that Krishna is part of my family. And then the fourth one is Rakshis, Avasya Rakshive Krishna. When time will come, Krishna will definitely protect me. And then the another is Atma Nivedan. Okay, so Atma Nivedan means offering oneself to the Lord. Okay, so surrender to the Lord is a bigger set, and in that set, offering oneself to the Lord, Atma Nivedan comes. So Atma Nivedan is within surrender, but surrender is bigger than Atma Nivedan.
Yes.
So when we surrender to Lord, means we are doing other 6 angas of the bhakti. But Atma Nivedan is one of them. An example, the perfect example of Atma Nivedan is Bali Maharaj. Bali Maharaj at the third step, he surrendered, he gave himself, Atma Nivedan, fully given himself to Krishna. So how to also understand that you can surrender your wealth. That is also process of the surrendering, Mataji, okay? So you can give all of your possession and you surrender it to Krishna, but you may not surrender your soul, right? So this offering oneself to the Lord means talking about that soul surrender, not the surrender of your possession and not the, other surrenders, okay? So surrender to the Lord means maybe that you are surrendering other items, but you yourself as a sadhaka, as a soul, are not surrendered to Supreme Personality of Godhead. But offering oneself to the Lord means the soul itself, soul, me, myself is at the feet of Krishna with everything else that I have, plus other items. So surrender is a bigger set, and offering oneself to the Lord, At Nivedan, is one of the elements of the surrender. And here, offering oneself to the Lord means surrendering one's soul, not the body, not the possession of the body, but the soul. I always say, Ami to tomar, tumi to amar. My dear Lord, I am yours, you are mine. Okay, that is the intent there. But thank you. You are, I like, when you create some contrast. Anything else?
Yes, Prabhu. Suppose the bhava, any bhava is devotion only, right, Prabhu? Actually, here only two things called out, like acting as servant of the Lord and thinking of as a friend. Maybe thinking with a different relation to the Lord is also devotion only, right, Prabhu?
So other 5 rasa, right?
Mm.
That you mean?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes.
That
Those
is
all
not
those.
called out.
No, it should be somewhere saying that conjugal exchange of emotion. Somewhere did you see there was emotional exchange?
Because these two specifically called like acting as a servant and doing thinking as a friend.
Yeah, so that's rasa,
Dasyarasa and
Sakhya rasa, and then there
Sakhyarasa.
was serving the devo. And then there was serving the expressing the emotion also. Did you see somewhere?
At least in this
I saw emotion somewhere.
version.
Offering words with sentiments.
Yeah, where is that? I saw that. Yes, where is that? Yeah, here.
Yeah.
The next slide.
No, next slide,
Next
Prabhu.
slide, that is offering words is sentiment, but not
Yeah, here.
called out that.
Next slide.
Yeah,
Next.
offering words or sentiments here.
Yeah, 15.
So what is Vatsalya rasa? And what is Madhurya rasa? Mataji.
Then offering words or sentiment may come again. It's a category, right, Prabhu? These are all will go as a subcategories.
So tell me some of the way you can express your sentiment. What are the sentiment? So in fact, Bhakti has 12 rasa, right? Not only 5 are out of 12 rasa, 5 are the principal rasa. Do you know that, Mataji? Shant ras, Dasya ras, Sakhya ras, Vatsalya ras, and Madhurya ras. These are 5 principal rasa, but there is Bhaya rasa, Vivatsa rasa, right? So all of those are sentiments. Okay. So say when we say offering words or sentiments, so all of that is there, right there. They are all sentiments. Different sentiments, different words to express our emotion towards Supreme Lord. All of that is captured there. But dasya is service. Service. Literally engaging in the service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Like you are engaged in service of your sons and daughter. With that service, there is some sentiment also for sure. So all of those 12 sentiments that normally we know, those are right there under 15. Thank you, Mataji, for pointing out. Yes. So that is up there.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, one question, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Regarding this, residing to Mathura, I was thinking about the Vrindavan. I know is it residing in Vrindavan is not the limbs of the Bhakti?
No, living in Mathura is basically 64 kosa of that area. So Mathura falls under that area.
There is another 35 and 54, I believe, living around Mathura. Living in Mathura, living near Mathura. That is
so Prabhu, this is anga of the
area.
Yeah, so this is same thing. Living in the area of Mathura, or this is basically repeated. So 35 anga is repeated. So 5 anga of the bhaktis are repeated. So 41, 42, 43, 44, and devotional bhakti, deity worship, which we saw before. All of that, these 5 angas are repeated again. So this same 35 here in different world repeated here. But living in Mathura and living in Vrindavan, living in the holy place normally, that's how you see.
Yep,
this is given as an example. So living into any holy place like Sam Kund, Radha Kund, it's all similar.
Sure,
living to the places which is associated with past time of Supreme Personality of Godhead, Supreme Lord, is considered, it falls under that category. Living at the holy places. Is it clear?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So living in Vrindavan or living in Mathura or Syam Kund, Radha Kund, Giri Govardhan, anywhere, even Ayodhya Dham, it's under that. Ayodhya is abode of Supreme Personality of Godhead, Bhagwan Ramchandra. It's equally good.
But some of these points very clearly called out for some of the things, right? Like Mathura is called very specifically 2 times in this thing, but
yes, so that's why it's principal anga, Mataji. Yes.
But other places are not called out because some of them are included in some general category, but some we specifically calling out here.
Yes. So are you saying that?
Like just now we discussed about these rasas, only 2 are mainly called out separately, and remaining again all we are keeping under sentimental anga.
So living in the area of Mathura, just take the example of this one. This comprise basically, if you read the purport, in the purport, if you read the Nectar of Devotion, Prabhupada would say that living in Mathura means living the holy places of Supreme Personality of Godhead, the places where Krishna's name, form, quality, and pastimes are associated. Okay, so that's how it is. Sentiment that you saw here, sentiment is basically emotional exchange that we have with Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that has has 20 principle, 20 way, 20 defined way. In fact, emotion could be unlimited. Like guna, sato, rajo, tamo, and then blend of that, the entire mankind is existing in these 3 combinations. So likewise, emotion can be unlimited. Okay, but any emotional exchange that we have towards Supreme Personality of Godhead, that is considered bhakti. And these 12 are more defined way of expression, and out of that, of those 2, 5 are principal. But serving as a dash, serving as a servant, that's service, right? Serving the devotee or serving the deity, that's service. That's service that you do. The service that you are doing, it's action. It's not, sentimental or emotional exchange. So some of those are called separately. to emphasize or distinct, particular salient, feature that is associated with that particular, like serving Tulsi. Now, here 33 says serving Tulsi and serving devotee. So one may say that Tulsi Maharani is also devotee, right?
Yeah.
Can't one will say Tulsi Maharani is not devotee? So by saying devotee, are we not saying that Tulsi Maharani is also covered? Yes. Yes. If you see like that, then there are many things that will come, serving devotee, serving Tulsi, serving holy places, because holy places, what makes the holy places holy place? Devotee. So likewise, definitely you can see some overlap, but then we have to, and that's what we are going to do in next of the classes. We'll try to
Prabhu,
talk a little bit
for
deeper. Yeah.
Santarasa, like suppose as a practicing devotee, I mean, we are doing like, okay, I need to do bhakti, I need to do these rules and regulations, I need to follow. Maybe I don't have a specific emotion because okay, we are serving, but I don't have a specific emotion. We are doing, we are following, and due course maybe some emotion will develop. So that initial thing called Shantarasa, right, Prabhu? Or
So you are saying, if I understand correctly, Mataji, you are saying that if we are engaged in bhakti without any emotion, that's Santrasa?
that is the question, Prabhu. Because
Yes.
okay, I
So
want.
if you are serving
Hmm.
without Santa means neutrality.
Hmm.
Neutrality. That's what exactly it means. So serving in the mood of neutrality. Like Dasya has servitude mood, Sak has offensive mood, Vatsalya has parental mood, Vatsalya has Madhurya has conjugal mood. But as a Shantras, one is serving, but the service does not have any specified mood. Like for example, Krishna is sitting on the stone in Goloka or in Vrindavan. He's climbing on the trees. Those trees are just serving. They are also being part of Krishna's pastime, but their service is not in a particular mood. So Sant Rasa is beginning of the bhakti. Conjugal rasas. The Sant Rasa is the beginning of the rasa. That's how I should say. From Sant Rasa, the exchange of love towards Krishna starts. But once that matures, then it turns into Das or Sak or Madhurya or Vatsalya. Yes, Bina Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I just wanted to ask one more thing, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
As a human, the moment we connect, right, for devotion, like we have a connection to Krishna or attraction to Krishna, there itself is a some kind of bhava is there, right? It cannot, like we
Yeah.
are not like, we cannot be emotionless as a human.
Yeah.
It's difficult to
Yeah.
have no emotions like
Yeah.
the stone or leaf or plants.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering, like, is it possible to have, as a human, to have a neutral
Sant Rasa.
shant? Shant is like not like, I do not have any expectations, but yes, I have a love for the deity. So that there itself is an emotion, right? Attraction.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, in fact, bhakti is everywhere. In every exchange, there is some devotion. Without devotion, any exchange will not exist. But in some of the exchanges, bhakti is very dominant. Like, Guni Bhuta Bhakti, Pradhana Bhuta Bhakti, and Kavalya Bhakti. You have heard this term, right?
Yes.
So in every exchange, either Guni Bhuta Bhakti, like for example, people who are, doing ritualistic yagya. Well, they might be doing ritualistic yagya for their benefit, but they are going to Krishna. Like Satnarayan Bhagavan, worship is Lord Vishnu. So one is worshipping Lord Vishnu, but that worship is only for particular, benefit. but still it's worship of Lord Vishnu. So there is, some component of bhakti, but that component, is on the platform of karma yoga, or some, the gunas are very dominant. The emotion is there, but emotion is not, fortified. It's not, like seed has not turned into seedlings. It's very covered type of, emotion. The person who is performing, the person who is engaging, that person is also not aware with that emotion. But he is engaged. He or she is engaged. An example is given, that ritualistic performance that happens. They go to, Lord Vishnu and they pray, but not everybody going to Lord Vishnu consider who the Lord Vishnu is, what is his position, but they just go, Sukha Sampatti Ghara Ave Kastumite Tanakavam Jai Jagdish Hare. Very famous thing. Do they have their emotion, any emotion towards Lord developed? No. But they say Sukha Sampatti Ghara Ave. What is their goal of going to Lord Narayan is that, the happiness will come and miseries will go away. Sukha Pravriti, Dukha Nivriti. There at that stage, there might be some, I don't know, that exchange can, that emotion can turn into Sakya, can turn into Vatsalya, depending on what type of surrounding you get. But that is very covered emotion. It has multiple layer, because something else is dominant than that emotion. That's called Gunibhuta Bhakti. So yes, to answer your question, there is definitely some emotion associated, but that emotion might be in a very preliminary stage, covered with other sentiments. Okay, Mataji?
Prabhuji, okay, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
Prabhu, thank you.
Prabhuji, one quick question, maybe should be quick.
Yes,
So,
please ask.
there is two items. One is singing for the Lord and
Yeah.
singing in the group. So, can you please distinguish those two, Prabhuji?
Yeah. So singing, for Lord, like for example, I'm at my house, okay, and I do, I a lot of bhajans, okay.
Hello.
Nobody, I'll just, myself, I have harmonium, you can see right there, and I have Vaishnava Padavali, all the, Narottam Das Thakur, Bhakti Vinod Thakur's songs. So I almost, I recently, I almost sang so many songs from Sarnagati, so that's just, I chant, read, or I do harmonia mirdanga, I do kirtans at my house. So that is singing. That I'm not doing in association of a devotee. I'm just doing, but that's bhakti. Okay, singing is Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari is bhakti. Okay, singing, Atma Nivedana Tua Pade Kari Hayuni Bari Sukhi, Bhakti Vinod Thakur says. So this is bhakti. Manas deho geho jo kuch mora. Arapilo tua padananda kiswara. What you are saying, this is Atma Nivedan. My dear Lord, whatever I have, in the human form of life, I'm offering all of that to you. These songs are so deep, and it just work between heart and Krishna. When you sing those songs, you are directly very much offering your prayers through these songs. When you sing Bhakti Vinod Thakur songs, these songs are very powerful songs. So Nakari, I'm not expecting any vibhuti. My dear Lord, these are Bhakti Vinod Thakur song. When you are singing that song, you are saying that, Nakari Prathana Kono Vibhuti Ragi. I'm not praying, my dear Lord, to you for some name, fame, or vibhuti. I'm just, praying you because please take all the unearth out of my heart. These are powerful, powerful songs, which we sing, right? So these are basically singing, or you don't have to have the instrument. You are just singing some of the songs, bona fide song, praying. That's one kind. And second kind is, when we are doing kirtan in temple among devotee.
Yeah.
So it's that Sankirtan. So Sankirtan is considered more powerful than personal singing, because when you do Sankirtan, the spiritual strength of all the devotees are together. So when we say Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, everybody else is doing. So all of their, hankering for Krishna, all of their devotion for Krishna is coming through their chanting. So if you put all of that together, there is a lot of devotion coming at one time. So everybody who hears Krishna's name in that association gets more benefit. But both of these are Angaja Bhakti and both of these are Bhakti.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
We should chant, we should sing. We should sing, by ourselves, some of the beautiful songs that is sang by our acharyas. Okay, Prabhupada said, in this book, in the last page says, it's written in, different language, but says that all the songs that are compiled by our acharyas, these are not ordinary songs. Whenever these songs are sang and repeated, Krishna right away start hearing that prayers, because these are the prayers offered by pure devotee. Did you understand, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes.
So when Prahlad Maharaj, when we are repeating the prayers that Prahlad Maharaj gave, it reaches to Krishna very quickly. You know why? Because Krishna says that, yes, when I was at Lord Narasimha, when I came at Lord Narasimha, I've heard this prayer. Prahlad sang, my pure devotee Prahlad sang this prayer for me. So Krishna, very easily can connect. That is the other benefit. Sometimes we say why we should sing the prayers that is given by Acharya, because those are not merely word. Natan Das Thakur, kahe, na theliyo ranga paye. Toma bina ki ache amar. Natan Das Thakur says. They are the, I'm not Bengali. But one should not think that I sing this song because I'm Bengali. No, I love this song because of the depth of this song, the meaning of this song.
Yeah.
Natan Das Thakur says, please don't push me out. Not tell you Ranga by thinking that, Ranga is basically a metal that is combination of so many impure metals, a very, low quality. So Narottam Das Thakur Koe, he's saying, not tell you Ranga Pai. Well, please don't push me out. Tome bina kya ache amar. Tome bina kya ache amar. Who is mine except you, my dear Lord? This type of prayer, Prabhu, when you are singing, how much your heart is going to purify. Oh,
Yes, so depth.
Bhakti Vinoda Ati Dina Ati Hina. Bhakti Vinod Thakur saying, my dear Lord, I am very Ati Deen, very poor, Ati Heen, very fallen. Please save me. These are the prayers for who, if you sing, you are just, like parrots, you repeat. But those words are so, deeper that Krishna will right away will say, okay, so you are praying me that I'm Ati Deen Ati Heen, I'll help you. So, very beautiful. We all should have habit to read and sing bona fide songs given by our Acharya, Narottam Das Thakur, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Vasudev Ghosh. Those are powerful. Or any other bona fide Acharya, not commercial music song. The meaning might be very beautiful, but those songs are written by, professional composer, has no value. We should sing the song that is written by pure devotee, devotee of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay, so now,
shall I share one quick thing?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very, very nice, because when we read the translations as you are explaining, we understand that what is the depth of those prayers of these great.
Yeah.
And one Prabhu shared like Bhagavad Gita is a graduation and Bhagavatam is a post-graduation, and Charitamrita is a PhD, and postdoc is the songs of the devotees written. This like as you explained these songs.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So that's very beautiful point. And devotees who are hearing this, please listen it carefully. So we study Bhagavad Gita, we study Bhagavatam, and we study Chaitanya Charitamrita. Okay. The essential summary of those teachings are presented by the song that is written by Acharya. So, as Prabhu said, that Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita. These are like, graduate, postgraduate, and doctorate. Okay, but this is postdoctorate. The song of Acharyas are considered, even one step higher. Why? Because these are the essence of the teaching. I'm just reading, one line here. It says, Narottama badi dukhi, nitai more karasukhi, rakharanga charanera pass. Rakharanga charanera pass. Saying that Nitai is very, dukhi, is very poor, is very meek. Oh Lord Nitai, please make me happy. And how you make me happy? Rakha ranga charanera pass. This fallen that I am, Narottam Das Thakur is saying, please keep this fallen at your feet. And you see the depth of these prayers? Ordinary people cannot come to this prayer, saying that, please keep me at your feet. Nobody will say. Who wants to be at the feet of somebody? Narottam Das Thakur, great Acharya, is saying. Please, and he's saying that, Rakha Rangera Charanera Pass, this fallen person, he's not saying that I'm very qualified person, so keep me at your feet. No, I'm so fallen. Please make me the dust at your lotus feet. Powerful prayer. So yes, I totally agree with you what you said. So these songs are much, much higher than essential teaching. Yes, so that's why we should sing bona fide song. We should sing the song that comes from Acharyas. Is it making sense? I think, this is something that I come across a lot. People reach out to me and say that, what is problem if you sing this song? And if you tell them don't sing it, then they'll not like it. They'll say that I'm being very narrow, this and that. And if I tell them that why we should not listen, they might not hear. They don't care. Why they would care? Who is Ramacharya Das? So in that case, don't worry. My understanding, whatever I think, whatever I believe, I should practice. I cannot force somebody else to practice. But if somebody will ask me why I do like that, why I say like that, there is reasoning behind it. It's coming from Prabhupada. Prabhupada would never allow, anything, any song, mundane song to be sang in front of him, or even the song that is being, sung in a mundane style. No.
Right.
So these are very important. We are devotee, we are sadhaka. We are always trying to take shelter of internal energy of Supreme Personality of Godhead, not the external energy. Now, there is Bahya Shakti and there is Antrik Shakti. Okay, which one you take shelter? You can take shelter as a devotee. You can take shelter of external energy, and you can take shelter of internal energy. I'm requesting you, please, if you can, let me tell this. Always think which energy you are taking shelter. Krishna's internal energy or Krishna external energy. Always take shelter of Krishna's internal energy. If you do that, you will purify very quickly. You will purify, your heart will purify. Krishna will give you strength. Krishna will give you eye, chakshu, to see him, faith in his bhakti and all of that. Okay. So these are some of the things that we need to be very careful. So now we are getting into a next segment where we are going to see some of the Shastric evidence from where these angas are prescribed to us. So Guru Pad Asraya. This is the slide that we teach. We'll just touch upon some of the, some of the angas. So Guru Pad Asraya, right? This is the slide that we teach when we are doing ISKCON disciple course. Okay, and Prabhupada Asraya, taking shelter of the spiritual master. ISKCON disciple course teaches how formally you should have the faith in our spiritual master. And Tasmad Gurum Prapadyata Jigyasu Sirya Uttamam Shabde Parecha Nisantam Brahmani Upasam Asrayam. So Tasmad Gurum Prapadyata. This is basically Tasmad means Fulasuti type of verse. So it's conclusive verse. Therefore, one should Jigyasu, one who are inquisitive, should approach a spiritual master. And who? Sabda Parecha Nishnatam. That person who is very conversant in Shastric teaching. Okay. Shastric teaching, and hear from him. Hear from him. What type of hearing? Which is beyond this material purview. So if you are inquisitive to know about Supreme Personality of Godhead, you should approach to bona fide spiritual master, because the bona fide spiritual master knows who the Supreme Personality of Godhead is, and he can help you understand who the Lord is. So this is coming from Bhagavatam 11th canto, 3rd chapter. This is a discussion. This is Uddhav Gita, I believe, where Krishna is telling to Uddhav who is qualified to approach Guru. Okay, so Guru is for one who are really serious about Krishna. Okay, who has inquisitiveness, who are very inquisitive to know who Krishna is. What is the goal of my life? How can I go back to whom? Back to Krishna. And then there are some purport here. So you can basically go and read those in Prabhupada's Nectar of Devotion. And there is Sri Krishna Shikshadi. This is the second one, right? Tatra Bhagavatam Dharmam Shikshed Guru Atma Daivatah Amaya Anu Vartaya Yash Tushed Atmana Doharihi. So once you have approached to a spiritual master, because now we are inquisitive, we have questions coming. Who am I? Not to Brahm Jigyasa. I need to know who am I? What is this all happening around me? What I have to do, with everything that's happening around me? What is my role in everything that's happening? These things we have to know very well. Then you can position yourself very nicely. It's positioning, The waves are coming and going. Material world is filled up with waves. But one who has understanding of Shastra, they have to position oneself. How to position oneself. So now you have approached your Guru because you have questions about your existence. Then you are taking Shiksha and Diksha. So Diksha Adi Shikshasanam. So you are getting initiation and then you are getting Shiksha, instructions from your spiritual master. And then what is Diksha? This is Divyam Jnanam Yato Dadyat. This is a beautiful verse that gives the definition of Diksha. So Divyam Jnanam Yato Dadyat Kuryat Papasya Shankashayam Tashmad Diksheti Sah Prokta Desikais Tattva Kovida hai. This is beautiful. So if somebody will ask you, what is Diksha? Okay, this is the verse you should recite. This verse gives the complete definition of Diksha. Divya Jnanam Yato Dadyat. So Diksha is the process by which one can awaken his transcendental knowledge. Divya Jnanam Yato Dadyat. The one, Yato means one who receives Divya Jnana, transcendental knowledge. And what that transcendental knowledge does, Kuryat Papasya Shankashayam. This transcendental knowledge, Kuryat, does, means removes. What it removes? Papasya. All the sinful reactions that one has. This Diksha process will remove. So Diksha Kale, Shishya Kare, Atma Samarpan. At the time of initiation, disciple take shelter of a spiritual master. And at that time, a spiritual master take all the sin of the devotee and make that person free from all the sins. So Diksha is a very, very bona fide process. Extremely, extremely bona fide process. Somebody will ask, why Diksha? Right? I think last time, Santa Mataji was asking, why Diksha is so important. You can see the importance of Diksha. Officially or technically, Diksha means you are empowered with transcendental knowledge, or Krishna has given, the Guru Maharaj has now given you potency to see the transcendental knowledge. And with that also, he has taken all the sin that one has incurred. Tashmad, therefore, a person who is expert in the study of the revealed scripture knows this process as initiation process. So this is beginning. This is beginning on the transcendental path. This is the beginning on the transcendental path. So after Diksha, if one lives a saintly life, one becomes saint very easily. Resistance has been removed. That's what it really means. The Dibya eyes have been given, resistance have been removed. Now, with less resistance, you can fly in the abode of bhakti. So this is the second anga, and then third anga is serving the Guru. One should know. Vimala Mataji, can you read this, please? The purport. One should know.
One should know the Acharya as myself, Acharyam Mam Vijnayan, and never disrespect him in any way. Na avamanyeta karhitchit. One should not envy him. Na asuyeta, thinking him an ordinary man, Matya Buddhaya, for he is the representative of all the demigods, Sarvadeva Mayo Guruhu.
Yeah, so this is another beautiful, beautiful verse. How we should see Acharya, we should see Acharya, we should see a spiritual master as Krishna himself. Krishna says, Acharya Mam Avijaniyan. He's saying, Krishna, that Mam means me, Janiyan means to know. So Krishna says, these acharyas that you see them as me. Wow. Okay. So Guru should be seen as Krishna. And then, no amaneta. No amaneta, no amaneta. One should not disrespect. Amanya. Karhichit. One should not be disrespectful. Okay. And na martaya. One should not be also na martaya buddha ashuyeta. One should not be thinking that martaya, martaya, amartaya. We are martaya. Here Prabhupada has translated martaya as ordinary man, but martaya also means everything, everybody who dies. Okay. So everybody who dies is ordinary man. Okay. So one should not think that a spiritual master is an ordinary person. Okay. And one should not ashuyeta, one should not be envious of him. Not be envious of him. So don't be envious. Don't think a spiritual master is an ordinary man. You know that he is Acharya Mahavijanya. He is Krishna himself. Okay. So yes, Mataji. Fourth one. Please read. One should follow.
One should follow.
Just read the translation, Mataji.
Okay.
No Sanskrit.
One should follow the scriptural rules which give the highest benefit and are devoid of hardship, by which the previous devotees easily progressed.
Yes, keep on reading, Mataji.
Even if a person seems to have attained steadiness in practicing pure bhakti to the Lord, that bhakti is a misfortune. If it rejects the rules of Shruti, Smriti, Purana and Pancharatra due to lack of faith in them.
So I'm sure many of you know this verse, right? I'm sure. If not, then you should know this verse. Shruti, Smriti, Purana, Pancharatra, Vidhi, Vina, Aikanti Harer Bhakti Utpatayuva Kevalam Kalpayate समय से केवलम उत्पातयुव कल्पते श्रुति स्मृति पुराणादि पंचरात्रि विधिम बिना. So bhakti is not mental speculation. Okay, this is beautiful, and this is the last slide for today. Bhakti should not be considered as a speculative process. Anything and everything that I'm doing is bhakti. No, not. You should not make your own rule in the bhakti. Okay, bhakti must be aligned with Shruti and Smriti. So there is Shruti Shastra and there is Smriti Shastra. Shruti Shastra means the Shastra that is being heard. And Smriti is the one that's coming from Shruti and Smriti. Memory. Smriti means memory, right? Coming from memory, I have memorized, I can give it to somebody else will memorize, somebody else will memorize, somebody else, like that, So bhakti should be based on the Shruti and Smriti Shastra, which is coming from Lord himself or given by Acharya. Very, very important. Panchratrika Vidhi Vina. So Panchratrika is a book that is, is Shastra, scripture that is written by Narad Dev, Narad Muni. Okay, so bhakti should be aligned with Shruti, Smriti Purana, Smriti Puran, or Panchratri Vidhi. If this is not aligned with these Shruti and Smriti, then Utpatayuva Kalpate. Then this is nothing but merely disturbance. Okay, so if it rejects the rules of Shruti, Smriti, Puran, and Pancharatra, then it's nothing but just the disturbance. Okay, so please, in bhakti, that's what it is. In bhakti, being very, very thoughtful. What I am doing is bhakti or it's not a bhakti. Being very, very cautious about it. If it's not bhakti, then utpata yuva kevalam. I'm not saying it, it says here, utpata yuva kalpate. It is known as, kalpate it is to be said that it is just a disturbance only. Okay, so why anga bhakti need to be followed? Because if you are not following the anga of bhakti, then utpata yuva kalpate. Whatever you are doing is just merely disturbance. And that is why people who are, too much engaged in ritualistic activity and they think that that's also bhakti. But Shastra doesn't say ritualistic activity is bhakti. Vairagya is not bhakti. It's not known as, I'll eat 3 days, I'm hungry, not eating anything, but once I haven't even chanted the name of Krishna or Lord Ramchandra or Vishnu. So what is the purpose of this vairagya, So that's how we have to see. Bhakti must be aligned with the teaching that is presented in Shruti, Smriti, and other Puranas and Pancharatras. Okay, anything anybody has before we adjourn? Let me see who are the audience today.
The Utpata eva kalpate, the one more meaning we have seen unnecessary disturbance in the society.
Yeah, unnecessary, yeah, yes, unnecessary disturbance, yes, unnecessary disturbance, yes, that's also correct. So anything anybody has before we adjourn? Is it making sense? So 7th chapter, then 8th and 12th chapter, 4 chapters are together. It's going very fast now. So please make sure that you all submit your Nectar of Instruction homework if you have not submitted. I have received many homework, but I haven't received all, and many of you already have given the exam. So please make sure that homeworks are submitted so that you can start working on Nectar of Devotion homework and start sending it to me now, because in few weeks it's going to get over, and then we'll be talking about the exams. So please get that homework sent to me. Anything anybody has that they would like to ask based upon discussion that we had? Veena
Hare Krishna,
Mataji.
Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji,
Yes.
I just remembered Prabhupada mentioning Ajagat Pravritti. You remember Ajagat Pravritti to get
Which pravritti?
Ajagar Pravritti, like how
Ajagar
Ajagar.
pravritti. Like you are at one place. Yes. Please go ahead. Yeah.
So for
Python.
that, so it's, I think it's for the how much you can get, or how much food you should take. Whatever comes to your way, you
Accordance.
accordingly you eat. So in that process of, like, staying like that, if somebody is not remembering Krishna, it will be it will not be considered as bhakti, right? Because whatever we do, if we are not remembering, like even though we do Ashtanga yoga and all, starve ourselves, but if we are not doing for the pleasure of the Lord, it's not going to be considered as bhakti.
You have the answer. Yes. So Mataji, there are 5 things very important that one should always remember. Day-to-day life, every step that you are in, these 5 things. If you be careful with these 5 things, you will be very protected. Your aparadh offenses will be, anartha will be very, minimal. Let me tell you what are those 5 things. That you should, if you please make a note, all of you, please. The first thing is that jiva aparadh. As such, just don't offend any living entity. Don't harm any living entity. Don't be the cause of pain for any living entity. As just rule of thumb. Number 1, I have nothing, I can just be neutral. I have nothing to do. This is not part of my thing. If I cannot help, I'm not going to be the cause of distress. So Jiyudaya. Okay. The second thing is that Vaishnava Seva. Okay. Be very, very subservient to senior devotees and devotees, especially seniors. Very, very surrender. Don't worry too much. Don't use your if and buts. Learn the process of being servant to those who are servants of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Just silently, your mind will, make you go here and there. Okay, so that's, Vaishnava Seva. The third thing is that Prabhupada Ashraya. Okay, make sure that whatever you do, you are pleasing to Srila Prabhupada. Okay, because you are now aspiring to be devotee in Brahmadav Gaurya Sampradaya. Okay, it's not like that there are not other Sampradaya. I'm not saying that. Okay, I'm not saying that you cannot become pure devotee if you are in other Sampradaya. That is not the point at all, and that is not what I am talking, at all. So it's very, very important that you take shelter of Prabhupada. Prabhupada and Guru. Guru and Prabhupada. So let's start with Guru. Both of them I put together. Being very obedient to a spiritual master. Don't find fault in a spiritual master. Don't think that a spiritual master is the ordinary person. We just saw that. That's the third thing. And fourth thing is Prabhupada Ashraya. Be very, very loyal. You cannot go anywhere if you are not pleasing to Acharya. Let me write it down. You would go nowhere. Whole life, you can keep on rubbing your nose. Nothing will happen. Unless until Prabhupada is happy, Bhakti Swami Maharaj is happy, and then Gaur Krishnadas Swami Maharaj is happy, and then Bhakti Vinod Thakur is happy, Jagannath Das Baba Maharaj is happy, then Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is happy, then Narottam Das Thakur is happy, then Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is happy, then Raghunath Das Goswami is happy, then Rupa Goswami is happy, then Mahaprabhu is happy, Madhavendra Puri, Ishwar Puri is happy, Madhavendra Puri is happy, like that. It will go to Krishna, like that. You cannot jump. Okay, so I'm not going to give all the names who are in our disciplic succession. I just read some names who are in the line of succession, but it starts with Prabhupada, it starts with Guru. So having very firm faith in your spiritual master, you only take shelter of those personality who you have firm faith. that for sure, I'm going to follow the instruction. And Prabhupada, by default, Prabhupada, preeminent Siksha Guru, Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. What will make anything that you are doing, is it going to please Prabhupada? I'm cooking, is it going to please Prabhupada? I mop the floor, is it accepted by Prabhupada? I did arti, Prabhupada will be happy with it. I serve devotee, Prabhupada is happy with it. I behave, with somebody nicely, is Prabhupada happy with that? I misbehave with somebody, is it something that is pleasing Prabhupada? Pleasure, Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Remember, remember, remember. And then Krishna Balram or Radha Syam Sundar, whatever is your deity of worship, wherever you are. So that's how it goes. 5 things you should always remember, please. Number 1, Jivdaya. I'm not going to be part of any, fear and stress for any living entity. Number 2, I'll serve Vaishnava, especially senior devotee. And junior also, whoever is devotee of Krishna, I'll serve them, but be very, very careful serving the seniors, senior Vaishnava. Okay. Then third one, Guru Seva. I'll serve my spiritual master. Fourth one is Prabhupada Ashray. I'll be very loyal to Prabhupada. And fifth one is Krishna Balram, Nitai Gaur Nataraj, or Radha Syam Sundar, or whatever deity you have, Radha, Madhav, or whoever deity you have, Radha Kalachandji. You be very loyal to them, make sure that they are happy. So that's how you please everybody. And if you do that, your life is perfect. You'll go back to home, back to Krishna. Okay. Don't unnecessarily do anartha, unnecessarily anartha about these personalities. Otherwise, utpata yuva kalpate. You are doing disturbance. So don't be part of the disturbance. Whatever service is assigned to you, humbly, submissively, you cannot be perfect. Nobody is perfect. You cannot, make things supremely perfect. Nobody can make perfect, but you can be perfect by doing that service. How? By perfectly surrendering yourself. Whatever you can do, you do. But do as a Gopi Bharta Upad Kamla, you are Das, Das, and Das. That's all, Ultimate doer is Prabhupada. Ultimate doer is Krishna Balram. Ultimate doer is Nitai Gaur Nataraj. Ultimate doer is senior Vaishnava. If they will bless, they will empower, you can do. If they don't want it, you cannot do it. So don't keep that material mind, keep that spiritual mind, and be focused on these things. Okay. So yes, going back to what you said, that we have to make sure that Vaishnava and Guru, Prabhupada, and everybody else is pleased. If they are pleased, you are doing right bhakti, you are doing good bhakti. But also you have to know, sometimes people may be displeased anyways. So you have to be ready to seek the forgiveness. Mataji, did it answer your original question, or do I have to explain a little bit more?
No, Prabhuji, thank you so much. Yeah, you explained it well. Thank you.
I just kind of, extended, give a little bit bigger type of perspective on that topic. But yes, this is very important. Very important. My dear devotees, thank you so much for your association, and be very careful in your bhakti. Bahunam Jarmanam Ante Gyanwan Mam Prapadyante Vasudevam Sarvamiti Samahatmana Sadurlava. Krishna himself says that Bahunam Jarmanam Ante, birth after birth, one gets this opportunity to engage in devotional service. So we all have that, we have crossed all of this Bahunam, Bahunam Janme. So many births we have already taken. So this lifetime, be very, very careful, be very cautious, and very carefully, Prabhupada said, with caution and intelligence, perform bhakti. So how you can be cautious and intelligent? When you know what is caution and what is intelligence. So how you do that? Shastra. That's why it's a Guru, Shastra, Sadhu. Guru is there, Sadhu is there, and Shastra is also there. So take shelter of Shastra, study systematically all the writings of Acharya very carefully, give some time, and that's how you would know what is right, what is wrong. One of the purpose that I'm engaged in this service because it helps me remind. So as a student also you can do the same thing. Thank you so much for your time and association. Vanchkalpatarubhesha kripasindhubhyayavasya patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavabhyo namo namaha. So I have one question. Should we just try to make this class twice a week or once a week is good enough? I mean, I'm not seeing homework being submitted on time. So I even think right now, if you ask me, even once a week is too much, because you all should be by next week done the homework what I just gone through this week. That way you are on time. But we are you are far behind. I know I haven't received any homework from a Nectar of Devotion. You would say that, Prabhu, we have only gone up to 7 chapter. Yes, but how many homework you have sent me? By 7 chapter you should have sent me at least homework on the first introduction, and then definitions of sadhana bhakti. We are going through sadhana bhakti. I won't receive any homework. So please work on your homework. And if you all catch up with your homework, then I might like to either extend this hour a little longer, maybe 1.5 hour session, or see if we can do twice. But it all depends how soon I can start receiving the homework.
Once a week, like this is good, Prabhu.
Okay, thank you.
Prabhuji, I think it's it for now, yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji. Once in a week is good, Prabhuji. Yeah.
Sadhujanand Prabhu, is it good for you?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Prabhu. And please ask everybody, whoever is enrolled in this course, if you are seeing them, they should enthusiastically participate. I can tell you that this is a great learning. If you miss the boat, at least it will give you some good seed of thinking. Yeah. Did somebody tell me something? Okay. If not, then thank you so much. In half an hour, I have disciple courses starting. Oh, one more thing I wanted to share. So anybody who has not done the disciple course, it's better to do it, because when time comes and you are in a hurry, unfortunately, there is nothing much that I can do. My hands are tied. So it's always good to get it done. If there is somebody in your circle who wants to get initiated at some point, you should ask them that finish their disciple course way ahead. There is nothing harm getting it done and having certificate ready. Whenever time comes, you can go ahead and get initiated. So it's always good idea to get it done. Any course, Bhakti Shastri, you should all get enrolled into Bhakti Vaibhav also. Since you are part of Bhakti Shastri, I will let you do Bhakti Vaibhav, study Srimad Bhagavatam, like that. Keep on doing things like this, it will help you. Nothing, there is no terms and if and buts like that. Saying something, Sadhujanand Prabhu?
Yeah, 1 o'clock, Prabhuji, every Saturday 1 o'clock. Is that what it is? The disciple course?
Yeah. Right now it's happening 1 o'clock, right after this.
Okay. So how many
Thank
classes
you,
are done, Prabhuji?
No, this now we will have to start the new batch. This batch, I started 6 students. Now I have only 3. That's fine. So we'll just complete maybe a few more classes. Last weekend, I did not do any class because we had very special guest here. But it might take like 3 more weeks. 3 more weeks before I can complete. But after that, I can start another batch. If there is anybody interested to do disciple course, please ask them to get it done way ahead.
Sure, Prabhuji, we'll share.
Thank you, Dandavat. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you,
Prabhuji,
Prabhu.
how long
Hare
does it
Krishna,
take?
Mataji.
This
Hare Krishna.
Bhakti Vaibhav course, how long it is? Disciple course, how long does it take?
It's specifically designed to take around 7 to 8 weekend, Saturday and Sunday, both. It's mostly discussions and then open book exam. It's very easy course.
Okay.
Thank you,
Prabhuji.
Mataji. Hare Krishna.